Hello there, my very good friends. On today's wrestling news, yes, we're going to talk about the AEW Grand Slam ring.
An update on Josh Alexander joining AEW.
WWE have raised their minimum salary level.
And Athena is breaking records in Ring of Honor. I'm Adam Wilborn.
And I'm perplexed.
And this is the news.
Okay, so Adam, I don't know if you were on the social medias this weekend, but there was a fair bit of discussion doing the rounds after AEW Grand Slam Australia, a successful show, but there was one complaint people had, one major game-changing thing that I don't know how AEW is going to survive this. It might be the end of the company as we know it. We are, of course, talking about the tiny ring used at Grand Slam Australia. Now, you know what? I was a bit skeptical when I saw these arguments popping up, when people were pointing out, it's a little ring. Is it made by Fisher-Price? Whatever.
What is this, a ring for ants?
Yeah, come on. I was like, guys, you've gone a bit far there. But being the incredible journalist that I am, the second best in the game,
thank you very much,
of course, I actually reached out to AEW, and AEW, to their credit, they want to squash this dead as well, right? They have sent us the actual ring used at Grand Slam Australia. And here it is. Here it is.
The complaints weren't wrong. That's tiny.
I know, look at that. I mean, it's in the classic AEW red and blue colour scheme. It's got Hulk Hogan on the TV there.
Yeah.
Because that's Tony Khan's list of people that he's banned.
Yeah, he just makes sure he's not there.
So, wow, I mean...
It's tiny.
Actually, looking at it here, I can kind of see their point.
Yeah, look, there's Kenny Omega there. Look, coming off the top rope. Whee! Oh, he's halfway across the ring.
Get Billy Gunn in there.
Oh, yes, good job Billy Gunn wasn't working.
Oh, my, he's the biggest man alive. Look at that! Okay.
Billy, what's happened? You're in the ropes.
Looks like now we're right about this one, it seems. But
well, let it bollocks.
Yeah, it's a sack of rubbish. In all seriousness, right? People were talking about this. I don't know why, but QT Marshall clarified the situation. He posted on Twitter. He was replying to Stephen Muehlhausen, saying the AEW ring is a design that only AEW has. It's very rare that an independent company or a major company has a 20-foot ring. The ring is an 18-foot ring, so that's what they used in Australia. Right. TNA has been using for years, and older Ring of Honor as well. Why is this a talking point? It is not the first time we've used an 18-foot ring. Will Washington replied to that with a picture of the previous time they've used an 18-foot ring, with Bryan Danielson and Jon Moxley in there, right? There's a little bit more to this as well. In another tweet, QT later clarified that they rented the ring from PWA, which is one of the leading indie groups in Australia. So thank you for it's a bit sarcastic. Thank you PWA for letting us rent a ring months in advance. We appreciate PWA for living up to their end of the business deal. I'm sure they've said that privately, but people were asking for it publicly as well. Now, Fightful they went in two-footed on this story, but they also noted that this is the ring size that's been used by ECW, WCW, Ring of Honor, TNA. Most talent in AEW came up in 18-foot rings. They also noted that the Britt Baker Thunder Rosa match was another instance where they had the slightly smaller ring, and I don't seem to remember anyone bringing it up then. Now, here's the thing about this tiny ring. The tiny ring, it's only 2 feet smaller. What am I doing? The thing about this smaller ring.
The moment someone pointed it out, I couldn't unsee it.
As soon as I figured out it was a little bit smaller, I was like, oh, okay, it's a smaller ring. Yeah. Anyway, it was like, what?
Did anyone botch moves because of it?
Yeah,
no.
This is it. I thought there was a couple of moments in the opening tag where it looked like Kenny Omega in particular would have liked a little bit longer to run the ropes, because he's a very explosive ring runner. And I think on the tandem dives in particular, maybe his spring wasn't as clean as he'd wanted. I was like, okay, maybe that impacted it slightly. But very slightly.
Yeah, not died.
Of all the things that AEW has been kind of criticised for over the years,
especially on this show.
Yeah, exactly, with the build and all. Not the build, sorry, the promotion of it and stuff. This is mental. Have we lost our minds? Ring size is now.
I just don't care about this, to be perfectly honest. But I did think it was funny because the other option presumably would be fly out your actual ring at great expense, and then I would suspect that some people would be like, well, why aren't you supporting the local wrestling companies and just renting one of their rings? You can't win, to be perfectly honest.
You can't win.
And yes, it was slightly strange to look at once because I saw the talk about it before I actually watched the show, and I was like, oh yeah, it is smaller. Anyway, on with my life.
Yeah, you just move on, don't you? You just move on. But some people were like, there was folk tweeting about this and Redditing and whatever else, like it was the end of how will AEW survive? This is so unprofessional.
I will say this, the little step stool to get in the ring was funny. That was objectively funny.
That was cute.
Yeah.
That was great. That was like a little dinky step. But, who cares?
Someone should have got sent into it and just not sold it.
Yeah. Like, do you think, like, okay, fair enough. If you watched it and you felt that the matches were worse because the ring was smaller.
There was a great load of matches on there.
Yeah, like, fair enough. Like, that's your perspective, and I would understand why you might then make the argument that if the ring was bigger, blah, 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 blah. But personally, it didn't really impact anything. I thought the steps were funny, like you said, and then I moved on with my life.
Yeah.
But
I'm sure you'll have it out in the comments.
Billy Gunn, he just won't get eliminated.
He listens to the thing.
From the Royal Rumble.
He's like The Rock.
Oh,
God.
No, Billy.
Kenny, hold on.
Kenny's been decapitated.
Yes, I'll bring this up with Michael Sidgwick later on today. We'll be reviewing AEW Grand Slam Australia and see if that affected his enjoyment of a brilliant tag match.
It was
wasn't
a
it?
really good match. There you go. Kenny Omega's doing the Buddy
Andre.
Rogers,
Yeah.
Trick Williams.
Woo! Anyway, sticking with AEW.
Enough of that. By the way, thank you to Sai for sending us that ring ages and ages ago. Sai Hawk, legend of the game. We will remove the AEW logo from it because it's great. We love it. Look at this. Look at this. It's awesome.
It is class.
Tiny ring.
I'll tell you what else is class, by the way, Andy. Going on a world tour.
Oh, gosh. Wow.
Because we are doing that next month and into April, of course, as you can see behind us. We're going to Manchester, Belfast, Glasgow, London, and then Las Vegas. If you want to join us for any of those dates, or all of those dates, special price, I don't know, I can't promise anything, but special price if you do book tickets to all of those shows. WhatCulture.com/tickets. It is going to be an amazing tour. I'm really, really excited about it. We're doing all the usual stuff, Q&As, meet and greets, all that sort of thing. And then the one in Las Vegas, as you can see there, April 18th, we're at the HyperX Arena for our biggest show ever. It is going to be the biggest SmackDown watch-along we've ever done, and we're going to have just an amazing night in Las Vegas the night before WrestleMania weekend, if you want to join us for that one. Really, really excited about that. And by the way, obviously this coincides with all the WWE dates that they're doing in the UK. If you're going to those shows and you're thinking, oh no, I'm going to miss out on this. Don't worry, if you come to any of our shows, you will have plenty of time to get over to the WWE show. And after the shows, why not join us for Sweet Chin Disco as well? Dice.fm if you want tickets for that. WhatCulture.com/tickets for our world tour.
Yes, it's going to be good, and you should go.
I'll tell you where Josh Alexander's going.
Glasgow.
Segue. No. Maybe. I don't know. Buy a ticket. See what happens. He's going to AEW. This was reported as much over the weekend, but more details have come out via Dave Meltzer on Wrestling Observer Radio on why he basically chose AEW over WWE. He likes the tiny rings. That is what Dave's saying. He said
He's a big man.
He said WWE rings far too big. I'm going to get too tired running across the ring. No, of course not. He wants to secure a future for his family. He's always going to take the highest paying deal for himself. So basically, it's been a bidding war, and AEW's won, and quite rightly, as we've said when we were talking about Josh Alexander and his TNA deal expiring, that man is getting paid.
Big Barry Bloom does it again.
Yeah, baby.
Triple B Records.
I want to get in for my contract at WhatCulture.
Yeah,
Barry.
Actually, if you call Barry Bloom, you could just somehow end up as a wrestler at AEW with like a massive contract.
Yeah.
Barry Bloom, very good at his job. Shout outs.
Yeah.
But yeah, so last week it looked like WWE was the direction.
Yeah.
We spoke about it. Jordan Grace is over here going, see you soon. It's like, well, okay, that's that then. No, seems like he's going to AEW. So he always said that he wanted to test the free agency pool and get the best deal for himself. It was only up until a couple of years ago that he was working a full-time job on top of wrestling. So no one you can't criticize the decision to do what's best for his family. You only get so many big-time deals throughout your wrestling career. This is one of the biggest, it will be the biggest that Josh has signed so far. So good for him. I'm happy for him. I'm happy he's getting a really nice deal. I think he'll fit in with the working style in AEW really, really well. I think that if you're not familiar with his work, you should go and watch some of his stuff as TNA champion in particular. He's a very, very high level work rate dude, and I think he's going to fit like a glove. So it just seems sensible across the board, really.
I think it didn't really matter where he ended up, whether it was WWE or AEW. You could tell Triple H was a fan of his, so he's always going to do well there. But also AEW, like you said, the work rate style there will work fantastic for him. And at the end of the day, he's just gone, I'm just going to go to the highest bidder because fair play to him. He's been grinding this for many, many years, and now finally he's reaping the rewards of that.
Like DJ Khaled out here grinding.
Yes.
You ever heard that one? It's not as good as All I Do Is Win.
Yeah,
I tell you.
Another one.
Gold Slugs, that's a bad one. DJ Khaled's not great.
Except when he's riding on a jet ski.
Yeah, getting lost.
Mate, you're lost. Stop Snapchat.
Yeah, it's like, brother, get off the internet. You're probably going to die. He made it, though. He made it.
Hey, that's what I say to him. You smart.
You loyal. You a genius. Buy your mother a house. Jesus.
Can we watch him shredding that guitar in a bit?
Oh, boom, 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 boom. Bob Marley's secret guitar. DJ
Might as well have smashed it.
More riffs than the Beatles, folks. So
fair play
to him.
Speaking of which,
I'm gonna have to get on the phone to Bingo Star or whatever his name is.
Bingo Star,
ripping off our marketing.
At least you got the shoes right, brother.
Yeah, blooming John Mellon.
Peace and love, peace and love.
John Cougar Lennon-Camp.
I have no idea what we're doing there.
I don't know. Let's talk about WWE salaries for
money.
We need some money. Right, it's gone up. The minimum salary for a main roster wrestler has gone up. I do think this stuff coming out is quite interesting because you always see those lists of like highest paid wrestlers, and usually they're complete nonsense.
Yeah,
because like
Omos is on 25 million.
Yeah, it's good engagement for people who make stuff up, I guess. But you know they're not real. But Fightful Select have come through with an update. Nobody's specific salary because
just
that's
a general, Yeah,
that stuff doesn't usually get out. But apparently 3 years ago, the average, Triple H had said that the average, minimum, not average, for a main roster wrestler on Raw or SmackDown was about $250,000 a year. That's solid. Apparently that number has increased significantly in recent years. People who are involved in like the financial side of things have reached out, and talent as well, have reached out to the outlet to say that the minimum is now about $350,000 per year. So they note as well that airfare is covered these days usually, but hotels and rental cars typically are not. So when you arrive, you figure it out yourself. But each deal is different, and there are different things for different people. Yeah, like Cody's got his bus,
yes,
and stuff like that. I'm sure.
I think he's on slightly more than 350.
Yeah, I think he's probably earning a bit more than the minimum level. He's probably earned that.
The Arsenal, 351 grand.
There you go. There you go.
What was it, Suarez, 50 million plus one?
Yeah, and then Liverpool was just like, no, we're ignoring the clause. Apparently.
Okay.
So there you go. Sure. Liverpool, the forces of evil. I like. Not as evil as who else is evil? I don't know, man.
I don't know.
I enjoyed Marmouche.
Mansfield.
Yeah, there you go. Dundee, get in the bin. 2 months, eat it. There you go. $350,000.
This is lovely. I'm always confused by these stories as well, though, like you say, because I like hearing the fun, like road stories of like, the four of us to pile in a car and drive across the country. I was like, that sounds fun for maybe like 2 nights, and then and the way it's like, you're an independent contractor, so you have to like, pay for your hotels or whatever. Yeah. So I never work out if that's like, wow, that's like making real bank, or just like the kind of the bare minimum. But 350 sounds really decent, and you can see why people would want to make the jump up from NXT, for example. I have no idea what they're on down there, but
although I hear like eggs in the US are like $20 or something, and now what's going on there? Why do I see people talking about egg prices a lot?
Yeah,
what's going on?
That's what's going to get fixed when the new regime comes in.
$20.
If you own an egg farm, you're apparently a billionaire. Congratulations.
Yeah. If you're Captain Cluck, you are wrong. Foghorn Leghorn is loving life right now. Oh gosh.
I did see a tweet doing the rounds that was just from like a Sainsbury's over here that just said, tweet this to trigger an American. It was just a picture of like some Sainsbury's free range eggs that were just, £2 or whatever. We should do that.
What?
Don't take any gear, don't take any merch, don't take any clothes. You and I are packing our suitcases for Las Vegas full of eggs.
Yes.
And we are going to the High Roller Suite.
Just walk up to the blackjack table and pop an egg.
Egg on it.
Whoa, that's $200, sir. Are you sure?
I'm rolling an egg into the roulette wheel. Huh? See you in Las Vegas.
Hard boiled, obviously.
Yeah.
Does that raise the value if it's hard boiled?
Yeah, I think that's like a real diamond in the rough sort of thing. Anyway, Anyway, Athena, let's talk about her. She is smashing all sorts of records in Ring of Honor. She's reaching another milestone as Ring of Honor Women's World Champion as of February 16th, which is yesterday. She's been Ring of Honor Women's World Champion for 800 days, which is an incredible achievement. She obviously won the title from Mercedes Martinez at Final Battle in 2022. She's defended the title on 26 separate occasions, facing the likes of Sky Blue, Willow Nightingale, Red Velvet, Billie Starkz, Nyla Rose, Hikaru Shida, and many others. The longest reigning champion in Ring of Honor history, which is understandable with a record, something like that. Like, I'm really happy for her. I am also really desperate for her to make the jump over to AEW because she's always those names that you bring up that's just like, well, you want to make the women's division even better? Bring her in. And she's like had dalliances with it, hasn't she? But doing phenomenally well. Fair play.
Yeah, I don't know who the heck's going to beat her. The last Billie Starkz match I didn't think was great.
From the outside, not knowing a lot about it, it looked like that was the long-term plan, wasn't it? And then,
definitely.
That didn't happen.
But it looks like storytelling-wise, they've maybe missed that peak with Athena and Billie, but maybe they'll go back to it, I don't know. Either way, I mean, 800 days is a mental number, isn't it? So fair play to her. She's killed it. She's done a great job.
So I wasn't a dad when she became champion.
Yeah.
My son's just turned 18 months old.
Title reign is older than your son.
Jesus.
That's crazy. So, I mean, hell of a run. I am ready for her to do something else.
Yes.
I think that, look, it's the old conundrum, right? People will go, she should be on Dynamite, but then it's like, well, then you can't complain about there being nothing to watch on Ring of Honor.
Yeah, fair.
So you do need to put some cool stuff on Ring of Honor if you're going to make that point. But like,
you got Chris Jericho.
Yeah,
it's fine.
Yeah, I'm the learning tree. God.
He should dethrone her. Good point.
Yeah, there you go. But it's been 800 days of this, so I'm ready for her to move on to something else. But I have no idea who's going to beat her. She does have a match with Alex Windsor on the Grand Slam Aussie thing. That's airing tonight. Spoiler alert. I don't think Alex Windsor wins.
I think if they were going to do a title change, it might have happened. Yeah.
But I'll be checking that out. That sounds like a fun match.
Yeah.
Ready for something new. I just don't know who beats her.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see how they handle her move, because arguably she should walk straight into a title feud.
Yeah, she rocks. She should get sod it. If she lost it tomorrow, she should feud with Toni Storm.
Yeah.
Or Mercedes. Right in there. Yeah, I agree.
It makes a lot of sense. But yeah, fair play. I mean, she's always been phenomenally talented. She's just been underutilised in other companies, I think it's fair to say. So fantastic to see her hitting these heights, and best luck to her in the future.
She is, in her growing army of minions. There you go. Minion memes. My personal
Athenians.
Athenians.
Is that a thing?
Mimpinas. That doesn't make any sense.
Sorry, we presented the AEW ring earlier.
Yeah, we've got to send that back to anyone know Tony Khan's address so I can return this to him. Gosh.
Speaking of blue rings, though, we'll be talking all about the latest details on SmackDown a little bit later on today. Big developments there.
It is crap. You know what's not crap?
What?
One secret from every year of WWE history.
So many years, though.
It's right there in front of the...
Click on the ring.
In front of the ring. There you go.
Bye. See you later.
Bye.